Hey travelers, Mag, I, and San Ferric here on day 151 of our trip around the United States. This morning, we're starting things off from the Veterans Memorial here in Ash Flat. And what a phenomenal Veterans Memorial this is. In just a moment, we're going to give you a walk around this place and let you have a look at it for yourselves. I think you're going to be impressed with all of the tributes that they have to our troops here. Once again, we woke up on a freezing cold morning. Somehow, some way that we'll probably never be able to fully explain, we still got the motivation to get up at sunrise and get moving, despite the fact that our muscles were protesting and our minds were telling us it is just too darn cold out here. Honestly, I think San Ferric might be warming up to the idea of 30-degree temperatures on a regular basis. What do you think? Is it working for you now?
It's all right.
Yeah, it's all right. Today's route has us going 280 miles. From Ash Flat, we're going to head north into Missouri, and we're going to work our way west across Missouri until we get north of Harris. Once we get north of Harris, we're going to drop back down into Arkansas, and that's where we're going to finish our day. All in all, it's going to be about a 50-50 kind of day. Half our targets are going to be from Arkansas, half our targets are going to be from Missouri. We have a little bit more variety on the list than we had yesterday. It's still heavy with traditionals, but we have a couple of virtuals, a few earth caches, and some interesting sights to see. I really can't wait to see what today has in store, because if it's anything like yesterday, it's going to be amazing. So let's go find out together. Come on, let's go. Designed by Leonard Holden Jr. in 2003, it took until 2006 at a cost of $320,000 to complete this Veterans Memorial. Construction began in 2004 and was not completed until November of 2006 at a cost of around $320,000. We both really enjoyed the dedication poem, Men Like These, written by World War II veteran Bill Porter. Because of men like these who are remembered here today, we can go to the church of our choice, and in public we can pray. We are free to go to the mountains, the desert, or the seas, because of thousands and thousands of brave men like these. We can go to bed at night with our families and rest in peace because of men like these. We don't have to fear a dictator or bow down on our knees, and it's all because of men like these. We can be a doctor or a farmer or anything we please, all because of men like these. So let us all be thankful and never forget, please, that we still have our freedom because of men like these. From Ash Flat, we made our way north to Mammoth Spring, just along the border of Arkansas and Missouri. Our first stop in town was the Mammoth Spring National Fish Hatchery, which you actually access along State Line Road, which weaves between the two states. This hatchery is one of the oldest national fish hatcheries in the U.S., which raises various types of aquatic species for recreation and conservation purposes. This is just one of the many field stations of the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service, whose mission is to protect, conserve, and enhance fish, wildlife, and plants and their habitats for the continuing benefit of the American people. While touring around the visitor center, you can learn about the many types of fish this location produces, including rainbow trout, striped bass, lake sturgeon, walleye, smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, golden shiner, and thread-finned shad. The fish are stocked annually in reservoirs, lakes, rivers, and streams. It looks like it may be high time for another fish feeding frenzy. The last couple of times we did this, it worked out pretty well. I've got high hopes this time we're gonna see the fish flipping and flopping in pursuit of this food once again. Let's do this. Oh, they're already ready for this. They're already opening their mouths, waiting for this to hit the water. Are you guys ready? Set, feeding frenzy! Come on guys, go get the food! Fight each other to the death! Nom 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 nom, there we go. They looked more excited before the food hit the water. On our brief tour of Mammoth Spring, we stopped by the Veterans Memorial Park. This Veterans Memorial is simple in its approach to honoring our troops. Each of the bricks along the Veterans Wall feature the names of service members, their ranks, and branch of service. Of course, we could not hop out of Arkansas without making a few finds in town first. We more than half expected to find lures and bait within this tackle box, but the log is really all we needed. Meanwhile, after several minutes of searching, we successfully locate the very large geocache that should not have taken us more than a couple of moments to spot, really. But we like to keep things interesting around here. Do we have a winner? Do we have a winner? Ooh, it's a success story. Look at that. Yeah. Crossing out of Arkansas into Missouri, we made our way steadily north toward Missouri's Little Grand Canyon, Grand Gulf State Park. The drive out to this state park, and really for the majority of the time we would spend in Missouri, consisted of rolling green hills with ribbon roads that went up and down. This made for quite a roller coaster of a ride. The Grand Gulf State Park itself is one of the natural wonders of the Ozarks. There are several breathtaking trails to enjoy here, including the Loop Trail, which stretches for about a quarter mile, and the Natural Bridge Trail, which stretches for about 3/4 of a mile. No matter which trail you choose, you're going to be treated to spectacular views of the collapsed cave system, which is 3/4 of a mile long and more than 130 feet deep. There are also many interpretive signs along each of these trails that teach you how these natural wonders were formed. The collapsed cave seen here is a work of art millions of years in the making. Over time, acidic water dissolved the rocks and flowed into cracks, creating an underground water system. With streams flowing over the land and through the stone, eventually the rock ceiling became so thin that portions of the cave collapsed in. Then we were off to add our names to a few logbooks, starting with something rather unique. There is a first time for everything. And this is the first time out of darn near 30,000 caches that I've ever seen a beer bottle used as a geocache container. Very interesting. With very limited targets available in Howell County, the roads brought us deep into the woods within the White Range Conservation Area. Here we were able to enjoy some much needed time on the trails, letting our geosenses guide the way to the finds. Unfortunately, we were not the first visitors to find this geocache. One of the native woodland creatures had gotten to it and chewed on the lid, ruining its water resistance. We signed the drenched logbook as best as we could manage and then made our way down yet another trail system in the area. San Ferric had both of these finds well within hand. At this point, I was really only there to provide moral support. And the survey says... Dun, 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 dun. 2 for 2, you're rocking, San Ferric. And it is just as wet as the last one. Unable to resist the allure of an earth cache, we made our way out to Alethia Spring, the 23rd largest spring in Missouri, named for the daughter of Dr. Paul Patrick, an early owner of the area. Located within the Patrick Bridge Conservation Area, this spring was once used to power a domestic power plant from 1958 to 1977. It is quite a beautiful natural wonder to behold, producing a staggering 12 million gallons of water per day. And of course, having come this far out to visit the spring, we could not help ourselves but hike the trail all the way to its end. Here you can enjoy watching the spring as it runs its way into the North Fork River. Definitely an extra leg of the trail that is well worth the trip. This is definitely some of the clearest water I've seen anywhere I've been. There's absolutely no obscurity between the surface and the bottom whatsoever. I almost feel like I could drink out of this water. I'm not going to, but that is some nice, fresh, crystal clear water. And probably also really cold. One more. Cool birdhouse. I like it. The sun began to set on another day as we prepared to cross the Theodosia Bridge over Bull Shoals Lake. This small village within Ozark County boasts a population of only around 200. And while it appears the campground here in Theodosia would be a fantastic place to visit this summer, it was practically a ghost town right now. Great place to enjoy the setting sun to ourselves. And that's it. Another day comes to a close out here on the road. It's amazing how today turned out to be such a contrast from yesterday. Really, we were in the cities and small towns pretty much all day yesterday. We just bounced from one to the next. Whereas today, once we got out of Arkansas in the morning, it has been country all day long. We've been seeing beautiful views out over the rivers, the dams, rolling green hills, a lot of geocaches out on trails, some of them half eaten by animals, but they were still there. You never quite know what one day to the next is going to bring in this game. I believe tomorrow we're going to be more in the country, even though most of our day is going to be in Arkansas. But hey, we might be seeing more rolling green hills and rivers just like we did today. Either way, it's been a great day. We're about 3 counties shy of finishing our target list for the day, which is, with the setting sun going down in the 4:30 range, right on time for us. Thank you guys for joining us. We hope you enjoyed all of the scenic sights we saw in Arkansas and mostly Missouri, because that's where most of our shots came from today. I know my favorite part of the day was the Veterans Memorial we started off at. Sanferic, which one was your favorite today?
I like the waterfall at the dam, the spring.
Like this video, subscribe to stay tuned for daily updates, and we'll see you out on the trails.